So, you probably clicked on this video because you're single as hell. Or maybe you're not. Maybe you can relate to some of the things I'm about to say. To back myself up, I have a girlfriend named Sky. Editor, throw a image of her right here. I have a girlfriend named Sky. I've been with her for almost 6 months now, and we've done a lot together. Over the times, we've cried, we've slept, we've done pretty much everything a normal couple would do together. But the one thing we haven't done is we haven't fought together. We've never had a fight or anything bad that has happened. It's been a completely healthy relationship. And if you're wondering on how a guy like me, if you're looking at me right now, if you've watched some of my videos, you'd probably think I'm single as heck, but surprisingly, I'm not. And honestly, I'm surprised too. Just looking at me and my messy, I don't even want to show back there. Just looking at my content, you'd probably think I am single. But no, I'm not. This is my promise ring. I gave her a promise ring too. Anyways, in this video, I'm going to be talking about my relationship with Sky. I'm going to be talking about what you should and should not do, the red and green flags. I'm going to be getting into all of it and some of the stories we've had together and all that jazz. So, guys, listen up because this is going to be really important. And if you're a guy or girl and you already have a girlfriend or boyfriend, maybe you can relate to some of the things I'm about to say. Maybe. Who knows? Me and my relationship with Sky is pretty unique. We've been together for, even before I started dating her, I've known her for like 2 years, I'd say. We've done acting together and other stuff like that. But a lot of people think of dating as one thing where it's all cute, all this and that. It's great, it's perfect, it's wonderful. And yes, my relationship with Sky is pretty perfect, but I'm going to be talking about everything, even the downs of having a girlfriend. Now, I wouldn't trade Sky for anyone. I love her to death, and I'm not saying there's anything bad with having a relationship, but you do need to be ready when you have a relationship. And I'm just going to be talking about everything, you know what I'm saying? What? And she's texting me right now. Oh my god. And the first thing I do want to talk about is, I wasn't expecting on jumping into this fast, but she was texting me. The number one thing you don't want to do is not text her back. Communication is key for a relationship. We text each other. We call each other every day. There's a period in time where we pretty much called each other for 50 days. We did call each other for 50 days straight. Pretty much 70 days straight, but we missed like a single day. Aside from that, basically communication is key. You need to communicate with your girlfriend. I do a very bad job with that. I'm busy with YouTube and other stuff like that. I know communication is key, and you need to if you're not willing to give up your time to have a girlfriend, and you can't set aside some things to take care of her or boyfriend. This goes for guys or girls. If you can't take care of your partner, you're probably not ready for a relationship, let alone if you can't take care of yourself. If you can't take care of yourself, you're definitely not ready for a relationship, and you don't need one. You're probably still young. Maybe you're not young. Maybe you're 25. I do have a very big range of people that watch my videos. It doesn't matter how young or old you are. You can get a girlfriend whenever you want. Maybe even if you're fit. If you're 50, that's probably a little too late. But you still can. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to be talking about how I met Sky. Because you guys might not know too much about her. Maybe this is your first time even hearing her. Maybe this is your first time watching me. But I know we will all relate to some things that I'm saying in this video. Maybe. 2023? 2023 was around the time I met her. We do acting together. Our first play we ever did together was, I believe, Christmas Carol. And then we also did Disney Dreaming. None of you guys have heard of that, so it's okay. And we've done some plays together, but she also did go to my school like 3 years ago. We weren't in the same grade, but like I kind of knew about her. But yeah, she was on a different campus than I was. I saw her and I was like, she's cool, whatever. I didn't think much of her. She fell in love with me first. If I'm not mistaken, it was around our first play we had together, which was Christmas Carol, which was the time she felt attracted to me. And honestly, I couldn't say the same for her. You know, I was so locked in. I was starting my YouTube career. I was really locking in, and at the time, I couldn't really tell she actually liked me. Now that I look back at it, she probably did like me, and she told me that I was playing really hard to get, so sorry, Sky. But a year later, we did, what was it? Disney Dreaming, which was one of the last plays I've done, was the time when I actually felt like I actually kind of started to like her, you know. I don't know what it was. I barely have crushes or anything. I'm rarely in love with women. So for me to even find like a little bit of attraction for a girl is it's very rare. It's like winning the lottery rare, you know. I'm not really attracted to girls and stuff. And around last summer was the time when I actually was like, okay, she's kind of fine, you know. But then it was just a little bit, you know. But then over the time, and this is when we started hanging out too. One thing that is cool about our relationship is she's actually best friends with my sister. So every once in a while she'd come over to my house and stuff to hang out with my sister, obviously. But I remember this one time she came to my house. My sister was being a horrible friend. She was just watching TV. She wasn't like interacting with her at all. And Sky wanted to learn how to skate. Obviously, I know how to skate. Known how to skate for a while now. I don't really do as much, but you know, I know how to ride a skateboard. It's pretty easy. And so she asks me if I could teach her how to skate. You know, just ride on the skateboard without falling and like cracking her head open. You know. And at first I said, nah, I don't want to. I don't know what I was doing, but I think I was editing a video. Maybe I was just playing games. I might have been playing Fortnite. But whatever I was doing, I know I was in my room. She comes over to this door right here, and she asks me, hey, Kevin, do you want to help me skate? Learn how to skate? I've never done it. I've never really done it before. And I was like, nah, not really. And then she asked me again. And the second time, I still said no. But I think she kind of begged me. And I think around the third time, I was like, you know what, fine. We head over to the park. There's a park nearby my house. And get my skateboard. She gets all of her gear on. It's super fun. She has like the helmet, knee pads, elbow pads. She has everything, right? She is ready to do it. I think it was funny too. I think I did teach her how to skate though. I think I did get her comfortable with the board and just going. Obviously, I can do a kickflip and stuff, so you know, I'm not trying to flex or anything. But when we were at the park and I was teaching her how to skate, or at least get comfortable on the board, because you know she was new, all that stuff. We started talking, and it wasn't much. We were just talking, and I learned that I had a lot of similar interests to her. And this was actually the first time I held her hand too. You know, she was just on the board, and I was kind of holding her like this, and so. I think she thought it was cute, but at the time I actually didn't. After we started talking and stuff, I was like, you know, Sky's pretty cool. You know, she's fun to hang out with. And then I think around that time too, she started calling me. She said I was like a brother to her, which was absolutely funny. And so we just went along with that for around another 8 months. And a lot has changed from here. We hang out every once in a while, you know, just talk a little bit. We're cool, we're friends. Beginning of the school year, I'm gonna say winter of 2024 is where things actually start to take a turn. Basically, this is where she gets her first boyfriend. I wasn't jealous or anything. Keep in mind, I didn't care at all. I was glad that I thought she was happy. She wasn't happy in this relationship at all. It was a completely toxic relationship. But she got a boyfriend, and I thought she was happy, and I was like, oh, good for her. Congrats. I'm gonna keep grinding YouTube, because that's, like, I'm just locked in on YouTube, you know? I've been locked in, you know what I'm saying? And I still am, bruh. But, you know, it was a school relationship. They didn't really do anything outside of school. I don't want to get into it because it's personal. It's their story. I can't be telling that. But, you know, she's with him for like a month. But during that month, I did something kind of funny. Every once in a while, when I was in their class, you know, we had biology together and other stuff like that. You know, I'd like to third wheel, you know. I basically third wheel in their relationship. And looking back at it, I think it was super funny. Apparently, the entire time she actually liked me, and she didn't like her boyfriend whatsoever. Which, now looking back at it, I can tell that she probably didn't like him. But, yeah, I'd third wheel, you know, every time they were together like this. I'd just go in the middle and I'd be like, yo, what's up, guys? What's good? I don't think the boyfriend really liked it, but I didn't care. So, I third wheeled my way away. I don't know. I third wheeled, and it was pretty fun. It was fun while it lasted because, bam, she broke up with him. And I didn't think much of it, you know. I was kind of in love with her, but, you know, I was never planning on actually having a girlfriend. So, even if I was madly in love with a girl, I'd be like, no one wants me. I'm gonna grind YouTube until the day I die. I don't even think I was planning on ever having a girlfriend, which is kind of funny. But, you know, life happens, and everything happens for a reason. So, it's around winter break. And I remember before the end of the first, I want to start implementing IRL content. And this is when I started actually making IRL content. I made my first IRL video, from like 2 years ago, because I was doing gaming content. And I wanted to make an IRL video. And I was thinking of doing like a funny prank video. My friends would control it. So my friends control my date was basically what the video was going to be. And so the only girl I was really comfortable with was Sky. So I was like, one day I came up to her. I wasn't nervous at all. That's a good thing with having a partner. If you're nervous with your partner, you should reconsider your relationship with her or him. Anyways, I wasn't nervous with her at all, so I just straight up came up to her and said, hey, do you want to go on a date? I can take you out just for fun. I know, looking back at it, it sounds really silly going on a date with a girl just for fun. I mean, that I don't know what I was thinking. I wasn't actually trying to, like, rizz her up or anything, too, you know. I just wanted to do it for content, but I wasn't going to tell her that yet. But she said sure. She immediately said yes. She didn't turn it down. So I was like, okay, bet, okay. And then we never scheduled a time. That never ended up happening. But what did happen was during the time, we actually filmed a video together, a Roblox video together, and she was in the whole entire thing. And she didn't turn that down either. She was in my video, and then, bam, amazing video. It actually performed pretty well for the time. And then we started hanging out with each other a little bit more, you know. She started coming to my house slightly more, you know, because, I don't know, maybe my sister and her became better friends over the winter break or whatever. I don't know, man. Around this time was also when we had a play, another play, I know. This play was called Puffs. It was called Puffs. That was a different play. This play was called Puffs. I don't like it. It's kind of like a Harry Potter knockoff play. I hated it. But I was main character, and she was like one of the main characters. But you know, me being Kevin's Cooked, the main character, we were both in this play, and so I got to practice my lines with Sky. And for some reason, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was her fit or it was my eyes or something else. I actually looked at her and I was like, wait, she's kind of fine. I was like, wait, I think I'm catching feelings for her. Like, actually. And so I was like, wait, I think I kind of like this girl. But I don't think she likes me. I didn't think she liked me at all. But I was like, okay. I mean, maybe I could do something funny and just ask her out just for fun. Like, I know I'm going to get rejected, but I think I should just ask her out, you know. I wasn't thinking much of it, you know, as the goofy prankster that I am. I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go for it. I think one random day at lunch, when we were getting back from lunch at school, I was like, yo, do you want to, I said, you're really pretty, Sky. I kind of like you. And then she's like, oh, stop it. Basically, she thought I was trolling. And honestly, I don't blame her because, you know, I troll a lot. I did a lot of I was doing more prank videos at the time and trolling stuff. So I don't blame her for thinking that I wasn't being genuine, but I actually was. And I didn't ask once, but I asked twice. I said the exact same thing, and then she kind of brushed it off. She was like, I think I said, Sky, you're really attractive. I mean, I wish I was with you. And she thought I was joking, bro. She thought I was joking, which, I mean, I don't think I was. I don't really remember. My brain fog is absolutely miserable. But I think I was somewhat genuine, but also joking. I think it was a mix. But, you know, she kind of said, thank you, brushed it off, didn't really say much of it. She thought I was joking again for the second time. You know, I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to keep grinding content, and I'm going to just leave it at that. You know, I didn't even want to date her at the time either way. I don't know why I did that, but I think that made her like me even more. I don't know why. But this was around the time where I actually gained 5,000 subscribers. My channel was absolutely blowing up. I had my best month too. And so life was pretty good for me. It was winter break. I remember it was the end of winter break. And Sky went to my house one more time. I don't know why, but we were out in the driveway. And me, Sky, and my sister were just hanging out, you know, as a trio. We always still hang out the same way as we did like 5 months ago or whatever. No, way longer than that. That was like 7, 8 months ago. But we were just in the driveway playing around. I was being super goofy. We were laughing about and just having a jolly old time. I don't remember what we were talking about, but I remember we kept giggling. I think I was hitting some Fortnite emotes that were making her laugh or whatever. I know, I'm a pretty cringe person. I get it. But after hitting all the Fortnite emotes or whatever, for whatever reason, my sister goes inside and doesn't come back out for like an eternity. So it's just me and Sky. It's late at night. It's kind of cold, but not too cold. She has a blanket, and we're out in the front, back there, okay? And so things kind of settled down, you know. I'm not as goofy. I'm kind of out of energy, and it's just us two. We hear the parents kind of complaining in the inside, but then all the noise goes out, I think, because they shut the door. And so it's really just us two at this point. And we're both single as hell. And she talks to me a little. I talk to her. And I think she was talking to me, and she said, I need to tell you something pretty important. And I was like, okay. No. She said, can I tell you something pretty important? I'm pretty sure that's what she said. And I was like, sure, you can tell me anything. I'm an open book. And so she says, Kevin, I've liked you for about 2 years now, or 1 year now. I don't freaking know. She says, I've liked you for a really long time now. And I was like, thanks. And then she's like, do you like me? And I was like, sure. And then from that point on, it was history. I remember a little before that, I got her Discord because she'd always text me like as friends, and I got her Discord because I use Discord way more than text. And not gonna lie, looking back at her texts, it took me literally hours to scroll all the way down. But it now that I look at it, it really did seem like she liked me, and she was giving me so much clues. And I really was playing hard to get, and I was just blind, I guess, that I didn't think she liked me. But I'm glad that it worked out. She said yes, I said yes, and then we're like, huh, we like each other. That's cool. And then I think from that moment on, I think we just kind of like lay down, stare at the stars, and just yap a bit more until like my neighborhood friends come over, which was kind of funny because they interrupted the moment. But we still weren't dating. Okay, we took this very slow. I think like a day after, she said, do you want to do you want to hook up? Do you want to be together or whatever? And I declined the offer because here's the thing. I wasn't ever planning on having a relationship. This is a really good video. I'm entertaining you guys. But A day later, she asked if I want to be with her, if we want to be together, and I declined her offer because here's the thing. At the time, I was so locked in on YouTube. YouTube was the only thing, or content creation was the only thing I actually cared about. And I was like, I'm sorry, Sky. I didn't have time for a relationship. I was doing college classes. I had acting, main character, by the way. I know. I think I was doing gymnastics still. I don't really know. And YouTube, the main thing, and then schoolwork, homework, all other freaking stuff, dude. We were just hanging out at the park together, all by ourselves. And then we're just talking, yapping. We're laughing a lot because, we get along really well. We're just friends. And so I think out of nowhere, she just kisses me on the forehead. And I was like, that was kind of cute. And for whatever reason, that really just sparked a lot of dopamine in my head. After she kissed me on the forehead and I kissed her on the cheek, I think. Which I was never planning on kissing her. I don't know why I did that, but I think it's just because she kissed me. I was like, we have to be even, you know what I'm saying? After that, we were still friends, and I'm like, bro, now I feel like I really like this. I feel like I really like this girl, and now I'm, like, even more attracted to her. Like, what the heck, dude? I think there is science behind that. I'm not going to go into too much of it, but I think after people kiss, and they're really looking for, like, an actual relationship, your dopamine, there's, like, chemicals in your brain that actually explodes, and it will make you more attracted to the person, and it's usually why first breakups are always the hardest, because the first person you're in love with, for me, which is Sky, usually the first breakups are always like the worst, because that's when you're the most attracted to someone, which is why I think after the kiss, it just made me more attracted to her. I think it just sent signals to my brain saying, this is good, I like this is good, dopamine hit, I want more of it. And so, we still hang out, we're still friends, and then one day we took it a little too far. Not too far. How do I say it? We didn't take it too far. Let me reword that. One day, it really looked like we were dating when we were just friends. And then I was like, wait, we're just friends. We're not actually together. But, we were kissing on each other a little bit, just a little bit. A little bit more than just friends, And then I was like, wait, shoot. I can't be doing this, and I can't not be dating her. There's no way I have been backing her out just because of YouTube. I can make some time for this girl. Now I really like her because all the dopamine receptors, all the dopamine particles in my brain have now, my brain has now signaled me into liking my GIF, which is Sky, and now I gave her all of my love. I literally gave her all of my love before we even started dating. And so now I'm really attracted to her, and we're not even dating. So I was like, okay, I can make some time for this girl. I don't know how. I'm like the busiest person in the world, but, I can figure out something to do, and I can make some time for her. So, in 2 months from then, we were going to go to Paris. And I was like, why don't we date in Paris, which was 2 months from then. We weren't going to wait 2 months. And then I was like, you know what? I might as well just date her now. And so I think one random day, we were just walking alone in the neighborhood. It was really cold, by the way, because it's still winter. We were holding hands. Kind of weird because we're friends holding hands. I don't care. We're holding hands, and I was like, I kind of turn around. She's walking, and then I stop her. I go like, stop her, turn around, face me, and I kind of forcefully said, will you be my boyfriend? No, wait, friend. Will you be my girlfriend? Yes, that's like exactly what I said. I said something like, we've been together for a while now, kind of cliche. I've learned so much. I really didn't. And I love you a lot. That was true, 100% true. And so she was like, yes, I was waiting for you to say that for literally months. maybe even years. But yeah, she's pretty much been waiting for me to say those words for almost entirety. I don't know. Frick me. I haven't ate in like I haven't ate food in like 40 hours. I'm currently doing a challenge, so I'm sorry if I'm acting a little off right now. But I said, "Will you be my girlfriend?" She immediately says yes, and then I'm like, "So does this mean we're dating now? Like, how does this work? Like when you're dating a girl or like a boy, or when you're getting in a relationship, like, do you have to do like a certain handshake, or do you have to like kiss? Like, what do you do to make it official that you guys are dating? You know what I'm saying? Like, I know in some relationships it kind of happens, like you're friends and then you're like, yeah, we're dating, but you don't have like a single day to where you start dating, because then there's anniversaries and stuff, and you have to keep track of that. But we technically had an official day where we started dating, which was January 4th, 2005, is when I asked her those very words, and she said yes. And then we were like, so we're dating now? I guess so. We were very happy. We walked home so gleeful and cheerful. This is where it gets interesting, because now we've been together for 6 months. A lot. I haven't. This video would be like hours if I included everything that has happened from when we first dated till now, because a lot has happened.